Fix it. Quit laughing. Fix it.
Sometimes I think he does it on purpose.
I think he does.
He's a masochist.
Peter, is it fixed? Is it fixed?
It's fixed.
Fixed. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Hi, everyone. In true D&D Play 20 fashion, we're going to start this intro all over again. Wow, that was a really loud Beach Bunny in my ear. Yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. We're going to be doing another horror one-shot over here tonight with me, Jen, and a whole bunch of fun people that you might that you might recognize from our games here on D&D Play 20 or on Save Versus, and then just all the cross games and on the Discord and everything like that. I'm Jen, and I will let our players go through and introduce themselves and their characters for the evening, starting with our new friend, Michael.
Michael. Also see me around under Kai Buck, but I will be Kai, the Dwarven Bard, here to bring music and fun.
Super cool. We also have our new friend Jeremy joining us tonight. Jeremy.
Hey, I'm going to be playing Deacon, the Goliath cleric, Order Domain. I am the law.
The law. All right. And we will go ahead, and everyone just moved on me. So I guess we'll go ahead and do Dave and his character.
So, Strasvucia, Metzivarater, Cassius, Ochimbriata, Yaroboto, Koshko. Oh, I'm sorry, you do not speak my native tongue. Hello, I am Cassius. Yes, I only go by one name, like Cher, Prince, or Todd. I'm a rogue, both in and out of combat, who specializes in the theater of the mind. Very much the pun is intended. I do fancy red wine now and again, but by red wine I mean blood. Now I know what you're thinking about all the horror tropes that you may have heard, the legends, the rubbish. I am a creature of the night who will not perish in the sun. The O blood type is the most savory, if you are wondering. Dos Vidania.
All right, and then we will go with Jonathan.
Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan, or Johnny Bond on Discord, and I will be playing Jin Saki, also a rogue. Although he dabbles in other magics, he doesn't really like to confine himself. He feels that rogue sometimes gives you a bit of a bad name, so he likes to just pretend, that he's just a scholar of the arcane. And he, as a matter of fact, that is why he has come to this estate, hearing of that. Well, I suppose the dungeon will cover that soon enough. And yeah, that's about my introduction.
Very nice. And Gregory. You're muted.
It's not my fault.
I'm playing a 9-foot-tall Furbolg, who is a combination monk and ranger. And I went with the Way of Mercy, and for the ranger, I ended up going with the Fey Wanderer. So it's gonna be some interesting stuff, I think. And basically, I don't think they know me yet or anything, but I'm in the swamp at some point.
Yep.
That's all I was told. Something about a swamp.
Something about a swamp. And last but not least, Peter, the owner and proprietor of this wonderful channel and community that we all get to be a part of. Go ahead, Peter.
Well, first off, co-owner. Greg is also an owner and you are a partner. And I appreciate both of you, even though I'm the better looking one. And
all right.
I am playing Chalk, the Conjuration Elven Wizard of the 10th level tonight. And he is named Chalk because he is pale skinned like me. And thank you for tuning in. That's it for me.
Very nice. Tonight, I mentioned that we are going to be doing a horror one-shot, and this is adventure called Wrath of the Banshee Queen, which my thing will not do. But anyway, this is a module that is written by DM Dave, and it's going to be pretty fun. So we will go ahead and jump right into it. It's going to start off a little bit theater of the mind-ish, so it's going to stay on the screen that it is. So our wonderful players, as always, find themselves in the run-down city of Marseille, in the only um in the only saloon tavern bar in the whole entire town. Very decrepit. Everyone in the town seems pretty run down, pretty low spirits. And yeah, I know you guys already described who you were playing, but go ahead and the first little jingle of the bell chimes, and in walks Deacon. Deacon, what do you do the first thing in a bar area?
Look for anybody breaking the law. Is anybody stealing anything?
So go ahead and roll me a perception check.
14.
So no, actually there seems to be very few people. There's you and the bartender and maybe someone over in one of the dark, well lit corners. But on your way through the town, you did see that there are actually a very large number of members of a group called the Iron Inquisitions. They're very identifiable. They have a silver mask on their faces, to cover up their face, dark cloaks, very Death Eater like. And roll me a history check to see what you know about these guys.
8.
Okay, well, being a law type, you know that this is a very well-known group in this area, in the country of Bastion. What? Oh, they're very well known. They are a very militant group, they're a militant fanatical group that you don't really know the origins of them. You just know that they are not kind to magic users. You have not seen them in action yourself, having traveled into this area for the very first time, but you have heard stories, you've been told stories where any magic users or potential magic users, or even people who are blamed of being magic users or believers, have been known to be burned at the stake without a trial or any other fair form of justice. They just get burned at the stake.
Interesting.
Very, right? Super
Jolly
great
people.
town. Yeah, super great town that you have found yourself in. So inside here, there's actually no one. So no one's stealing the law. There's no one breaking the law. Maybe there's a code violation or two on the actual building itself, but
yeah. Well, I'm gonna spend a few minutes looking the bar over. You know, kind of cast a glance over at the bartender every once in a while and see if he looks like the nervous type.
All right, so while you're doing that, the second little chime of the bell comes in, and in walks, let's just say, Kai.
Yeah, so as I walk in, I'll look around and, hey, who died around here? This is supposed to be a bar. Aren't we supposed to be having a party? And I'll run over, jump up on the bar, and order a beer and start playing my flute.
Do you actually jump on the chair?
No, I'll jump on the bar.
You jump on the bar? All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll me an athletics check real quick.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Either one.
All right. I'll take acrobatics. It's better.
Okay.
23.
You get up there and you do like a little sprint, a little like break dance sort of spin. And then you ended off with like a sexy like Coyote Ugly pose. That's what you did, actually. You did a Coyote Ugly routine. And yeah, and you get up there and you are quickly tapped on the shoulder by the proprietor of this what is the actual name of this place? The Bienville House is the name of the bar, actually. And the proprietor, whose name is Thomas, taps you on the shoulder and asks you to kindly get down and asks what he can get you to drink. But please do not stand on the bar anymore. It might fall at any time.
Why would you assemble a bar that can't stand on its own? It's supposed to be the drunkards that are falling out, not the bar falling down.
Well, as you can see, there's not very many visitors here anymore.
Well,
Times
let's see
are
if
a
we
bit
can
tough.
change that a wee bit. Let me play my flute. Do you have a place where I can play?
He points over to a corner where there's a stage that it's like a tiny itty bitty corner.
I'll take a beer. I'll go over there. I'll play my flute for a little while.
And he takes down a kind of a grimy looking glass and fills it up for you and hands it off to you.
I'll slam it down, go to the corner, and start playing my flute.
And third little chime on the door pops up and in walks Jin.
Is the flute still being played?
Yeah.
All right. I think once Jin enters, he's gonna hit a little shuffle to the melody, and he'll slide over to the bar, and he'll ask for whatever the strongest thing they have.
He takes another grimy glass and fills it up with the same beer and hands it off to you.
Jin will give the beer a little side eye, but he'll drink it nonetheless. He has 19 passive perception. I'm assuming he notices the dark, brooding Death Eater folks.
Yes. Yeah. So on your way into town, pretty much all of you guys, it is not, it's hard to miss them. There don't seem to be a ton of people in this town. It seems to be an overabundance of these folks, of these Death Eater types. We'll call them the Inquisitors, because that's technically what they're called, not, Death Eaters, because, copyright or whatever. But anyway, yeah, it's very, very hard. And assuming that everyone walked through the town perfectly normal and weren't casting any sort of, weren't flying or doing anything particularly magical, then you can all make it to this location unharassed.
Okay.
Where's the thought in that?
Oh, well, just you wait.
Jin will kind of strike up a conversation with Kai. He kind of just gives a little head nod to the Inquisitors, like, man, those guys look like they kill the mood for a living. Can't be good news.
Yeah, some people don't like having a good time. Belly up to the bar, get me enough beer. Yeah.
All right, I'll get him that.
Okay, but if you're playing a tune, can we hear a quick snippet of what your tune would be like?
I have zero natural musical talent myself, so.
Well, you have a mouth.
Yep.
Perfect. And then we hear the fourth jingle of the bell, and in walks Chalk.
Okay, Chalk walks in. He's a very thin, pallid elf, almost sickly looking. He's using a staff to help him walk, and crumbled in one of his hands is a handkerchief, and he coughs into it, and if you look closely you might see little specks of blood in the handkerchief, And he kind of limps as he walks, which is why he uses that staff, and he wanders over to the most secluded table in the tavern and sits down and leans his staff against the table standing up next to him, and he awaits a barmaid to come over and ask him what he would like to order.
He's going to be waiting for a long time because there's not a barmaid. There is the one single bartender.
Well, then he's content to sit there and just stare at the bartender silently.
Bartender does not care. Bartender doesn't care. If you're not going to order something, it's fine. And the fifth jingle of the bell, in walks Cassius.
I'm going to walk over to this pallid, thin elf, and I am going to pick his pockets.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand versus Chalk's perception.
That was terrible.
Chalk, you have a person that you do not know going into your pocket. What do you do?
I lay my hand upon his palm, his reaching out palm, and I say, I would not do that if I were you. It could prove unhealthy. And I kind of push his hand away as I stare him in the eyes, and my eyes are almost bloodshot as I look at him, but I don't blink.
Okay, I need you both to roll a Constitution save if you're doing this, or a Constitution check if you guys are going to be doing a staring contest.
Oh, did it roll? No.
So Chalk looks away first. That's awkward.
We tied.
I see a 12.
Oh, okay.
I see a 12 and a 10.
Oh, fine. I'm overcome with a coughing fit. Go.
Thankfully, I am vaccinated and immune to disease, and I excuse myself.
And as you guys are all enjoying your beer, it's getting a little bit later, a little bit darker. A few more people file in. What's everyone's passive perception?
18.
Okay.
14 for Jin.
14.
18 for Cassius.
All right, y'all are a bunch of nosy people. So you guys can pretty much for every couple people that come into this tavern, you notice that the bartender Thomas, even though it's getting more and more full, it's actually nowhere to be found. And you notice that for every couple people that come into the bar, one of them goes behind the bar through like a closed curtain. Yeah, and someone comes into the bar, goes behind the bar, goes behind the curtain door. It happens about once every 5 or 7 minutes. There's not really a it's all sort of people, you know, men and women and mostly humans, and there's not really like a rhyme or a reason to like their comings and goings. About 30 minutes later, a woman walks in. who very obviously does not belong. All of the people that you guys have seen, they're all pretty much regular old townsfolk. No one really of any sort of noble stature or even necessarily wealthy. It's been a lot of patch clothes, a lot of kind of blue collar looking folk. But this lady walks in and she is obviously a noble trying to hide, like imagine Jasmine in the streets of Agrabah sort of deal. So even though she's kind of hidden up, obviously the make of her cloak and her boots, even though they're dark and are trying to be hidden, they're very well made. And who is at the bar? Chalk, what's everyone been doing for these last 30 minutes?
I'm in the corner trying to make some money.
See, perfect. Chalk, are you still at the bar? You're muted.
I was sitting at a table.
At a table? Okay. Cassius?
I will go over to the bar.
Bar? Jin?
I'm just sitting by Kai enjoying his music.
Deacon?
Yeah, I'll be at the bar too. I'll keep an eye on this shifty looking rogue here.
Gotcha. So it's Deacon and Cassie's at the bar. And you guys obviously have like a couple spaces between you, and this lady comes in and she's very obviously looking for somebody. And she comes up to the bar in between both of you, and she's very obviously looking around. And she looks over at Deacon. Deacon, you're a Goliath, right?
Yep.
So how big are you?
8 feet tall.
8 feet tall. And then she looks over at Cassius. Cassius, what do you look mostly human, or do you look not quite human?
Oh, Cassius looks human.
Human? Okay. Well, then she's gonna look at you, Cassius, and she's gonna kind of say in like a she's gonna get kind of close to you and say in a really hushed whisper, I'm sorry. Are you here for the meeting as well?
Yes, I was summoned here for the meeting.
Did I miss it? Is it already over? It seems. She's like looking around. I thought it didn't start until later.
No, I think you're right on time, but you need to give the secret handshake.
I wasn't told about a secret handshake. I was just told that the Thomas that he would take me, that he would accompany me.
So Cassius will point over to the bard who's playing the flute. That's Thomas.
He looks a little bit shorter than I was led to believe.
Yes, he appears shorter from a distance. When you get closer, he gets larger.
Oh, I see. Roll a deception.
Since the digital dice suck ass, I'm going to use real dice. That is a 23.
It was what? Sorry.
23.
23? So yeah, she's gonna go up to Kai, who's playing the flute. But she's very confused at this point. And she says, Thomas? I assume.
Why are you looking for Thomas?
Yes. I'm Anita. I was told that I could get in contact with you for the she kind of like looks around for the meeting after dark.
Hey, of course, but you need to put some coin in me jug before I can do anything else.
And she looks down at your very empty cup and she says, "Oh, of course." And she sketchily pulls out one gold piece and puts it in your cup.
Hey, everybody! Three on this last. I'll run over to the bar and start waving the gold coin around, trying to get the bartender's attention.
Thomas comes out of the back, and he's very confused. He's very confused about why you're behind the bar and why you're yelling. But he goes up to the bar and he waves her over, and then he looks at you, Kai, who's being loud, and he says, "Keep it down, man. Keep it down."
Have you ever known a quiet bard, let alone a dwarf?
Well, are you here for the meeting, or are you not?
If you're having a meeting, I'll attend.
What's the secret handshake?
Well, I just got a personal invite, didn't I?
What's the secret handshake?
I'll try to do a fancy handshake with him.
Roll a performance check.
Asking the bard for a performance check.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see how well you can.
12 plus 8, 20.
Super cool. So he's kind of like, no, there's actually no secret handshake. But do keep it down, because if any of those inquisitors hear anything going on in here, that's just not something that we need tonight.
Let's just go to the back of the room. Like, you personally gave me an invite. Let's go.
And he opens up the curtain and points the way down to you and this woman that introduced herself as Anita to you. Meanwhile, everyone else has not really been a sneakily done thing. What's everyone else doing? The other four of you guys.
Jin will try to see if he can, I don't know, it looks interesting and he doesn't want to be stuck in the room with inquisitors, so he will try to see if he can slip in.
Well, there aren't any inquisitors inside the bar right now.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Just mostly townsfolk right now.
Regardless, he'll try to get on this meeting that he overhears.
Okay, go ahead. Deacon?
Yeah, I want to follow too. It's clearly a speakeasy. That's against the law. That's no good. Put that down. Like the secret bar underneath the actual bar, where they keep the really good stuff.
Chalk?
So is the bartender not behind the bar anymore?
He is. He's between the bar and the curtained off doorway.
At this point, Chalk is gonna rise from his chair and he's gonna use his staff to wander over to the bar, and he's going to lay down a couple of silver for tankard of ale, and then he's gonna, once he retrieves that, he's gonna casually move a little closer to where he can hear what's happening.
Oh, okay. So you're behind the bar?
No, I am not behind the bar.
Okay, so you're sitting in front of the bar, but trying to be close to the door.
Right.
Okay. Cassia.
So I was already over there and I heard about this stuff, right?
Yeah, like they weren't necessarily being quiet about it.
Oh, I was not being quiet.
Yeah, Kai is not being quiet, but they obviously do not want a lot of attention drawn.
So I'll just pretend like I'm there for the meeting too.
Yeah, so you're gonna go into the curtain?
Yep.
All right, cool. So everyone that is going into the meeting, you follow down a short flight of stairs down into what would typically be, like a cellar, wine cellar, just for keeping goods and whatnot. And it is set up like a seance. There are runes on a table. That's obviously it's not anything grand or elaborate like you might think in like a gypsy camp or anything like that. This is very, very obviously hush hush. Some of you guys know that the Inquisitors are against magic, so it's very obvious that this is speakeasy seance sort of deal.
See, told you.
Good call, Deacon. You are the law. Good job. And yeah, as you guys go down into this basement, there are already members there. Tomas takes his place, so the table, like almost like a little crystal ball in a bowl, and inside the bowl there are some knuckle bones. The covering on the table has some runes, kind of looks like old moth-eaten velvet. There are candles everywhere, and there are 2 chairs around the table, and then there are chairs around the perimeter. It kind of seems to be like a one-on-one sort of deal for now, and Tomas goes back to kind of reading people's fortunes. They give him coin or whatever that they can, and everyone can give me an insight check real quick.
Jen, while they're rolling that, is everybody else down in that room from the group here?
Yes.
Would it be okay if Chalk kind of covertly, slowly walked down the steps and stood just outside the room, listening and watching?
So there's not really like a doorway to. You're either on the stairs or you're in the room.
There's no way to hide?
No. I mean,
okay. Can he just go in?
I mean, okay, like, yeah, you can just go in.
Okay.
You could just go in to begin with too.
And so you wanted everybody to roll a what now?
And well, not you, because we just went down there.
Okay.
But yeah, everyone else. So Kai got a 6.
Truth is, I was hanging back because I was doing tech stuff.
All right. So let's see. Would you look at that? All right. So, Jin, given some of your background, you know that this man is obviously full of shit. He's not necessarily. He's being very vague and very horoscope-ish about everything. Deacon, you are kind of on the fence. Like, it doesn't really make sense, but who are you to say yes or no? Your God chooses to talk to you in special ways. How do you know that this person doesn't talk to them through a crystal ball? Cassius, you are convinced that this person is 100% legit. And it seems like everyone around you also believes that this man is 100% legit, including Anita, who goes ahead and sorry, I just realized I'm doing something. But including Anita, who goes ahead and sits down and pays her gold coin, and Tomas does his whole little smoke and sun and dance and moon and everything like that. But unlike the 3 or 4 people that you saw go in front of him, this time the candles start to flicker. You're in a basement, so there's no real wind or no real draft or anything. No real reason why that they would almost go completely dim. You've been listening to this to Thomas talk to the other town folk for the last 10 minutes or so, and the voice that comes out of him this time does not sound like his. It sounds very shrill and very screechy, and it says, "Seek ye the Queen of Chateau de Martillon." And after you hear a whole bunch of whirling noises, and it sounds like you're in a wind tunnel during this whole episode. And the voice that comes out of him says, "Siki, the queen of Chateau de Mertillon." And then Tomas falls to the ground. The lights come back up. Everyone is looking around at each other very nervously. And Anita, being the person in front of him, you would think that she'd be a little bit more worried. But she doesn't seem to have a worried look on her face. And some of the townfolk go over to Tomas, and they help him up. And a couple of the townfolk help Tomas back upstairs. And people are starting to leave the basement area. A couple of them hang back, and you can hear like a bunch of whispers, and it's very there's a lot of tension in the environment that everyone can kind of feel. And Anita just sits there at the table looking at the little crystal ball, basically. Does anyone want to do anything, or does everyone want to go back upstairs?
I'm gonna prod Thomas with my foot. See if he's alive.
Oh yeah, he's alive. Yeah. A couple of the townsfolk kind of got him up, and he's like lollygagging, and he isn't really sure what happened. That's what he's saying. What happened? And they just kind of take him back upstairs.
So yeah, I'll go back up there and get another beer.
Well, seeing as the bartender is indisposed, you can get it yourself.
Wasn't that quite the show? Who would have thought drinks and a show?
Well, Jin will kind of go beside Anita, and he will say, "Well, I'm not sure what that act was, with the whole chateau prophecy, but I can assure you, probably shouldn't stare too deeply into that thing. It's mostly bullshit. It's just an orb."
And she looks at you, and she says, I don't think. Do you know of the chateau? You can roll a history check.
Okay. Wow. The virtual dice like me today. That's a 23.
Yeah, so you do know that the chateau is home. Sorry, I am dying, and I need to go get a drink real quick. Hang on. So you know that the chateau, about 75 years ago or so, 50, 75 years ago, you've heard the stories about this family that was in the sorry, wow. I think I'm choking on cat hair. Cat is the devil. But anyway. So you do know that the chateau is the family home of the Neo. Still trying to figure out how to say this name. Niranora, the Niranora family. And given also your knowledge of this, the Iron Inquisitors, you know of the story that the lady Ashrin Niranora was once very well known in these areas for being a very wealthy and powerful noble business lady who was known to throw huge galas and hire several magic users. And you and everyone in this area knows the story of the night that the Iron Inquisitors stormed one of her balls and burned her and everyone else in the everyone else in the family and in attendance, burned them all at the stake and effectively burned most of the chateau down.
Okay. Responding to her question, you will just kind of let out a sigh and say, yes, I was quite a fan of Lady Ashford, hoping to maybe catch one of her galas or perhaps strike a contract, but looks like that was not the case.
No, not at all. You are several decades late. I'm not sure where you've been.
Well, I get mixed up in time.
How old does Jin look?
He looks quite young.
Very cool. Sorry, I am still dying and I'm like hot now. Anyway.
That's what Greg says.
That he's dying?
No, that you're hot.
Well, yeah, everyone says that, but it's okay. I say that. It's fine. So does my cat. But anyway, that's weird. That's weird, Peter.
I know.
Okay.
I'm the king of weird.
Oh, but be weird to yourself. Don't be weird to other people. Anyways. See, now I don't even know where we're at. Talking with Jen. Okay. So Anita tells you, but you know of the chateau, which is impressive. I am actually Anita Neonora. Asherin is a great aunt of mine, apparently, that I have heard rumors of through family members, and it wasn't really well spoken about. But lately, I've been having dreams about going to the chateau.
Oh, where are my manners? And he'll give a little bow and says, well, if you need a company, I feel it probably is right for me to guide a Neranora family member back to their estate, regardless of all the bad karma around it.
Well, I am hoping that maybe it can be saved. It was once a great source of pride for my family and the family name, and I am obviously only me. No one deemed it worthy, or they all called it a foolish mission to try to save the house and save the family name. But I don't think that's the case. So I find myself here, and I would greatly appreciate any assistance and would also be able and willing to pay very handsomely.
Foolish? Well, they weren't too far off, but you mentioned gold? Sure.
And she'll go ahead and she'll give you 100 gold out of her pocket. Because she's very excited. She's very excited that someone agreed to do this with her and help her, or do it for her, basically. Is it just you? Do you have anyone? I was hoping that maybe coming to this seance sort of deal would maybe lend itself to finding a group of adventurers.
Yes, unfortunately, as he pockets the gold, I do my travels alone. But yes, we definitely will need more people. I remember seeing a quite tall Goliath out there. Maybe give them an ask.
Very well. And she stands up from the chair and she goes back up the stairs with her long roby skirts, doing long roby skirts thing. I don't know. Upstairs, and she goes over to Deacon. Deacon, what are you doing after coming? Or were you still downstairs?
Yeah, I was still downstairs listening to that whole conversation.
The whole conversation.
I would have agreed to go along too, because it actually is one of my laws, Article 12, subsection 8. I need to accompany anybody to a destroyed haunted manor.
Awesome. Well, we're not destroying it. We're trying to save it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
We'll see.
And since she handed all the gold to Jin, I guess you can figure that out.
That's fine. He can hold on to it.
What do you know of anyone else here or in this town that might be able to accompany us?
At that moment, Chalk starts coughing again into his handkerchief.
You're the reason why I'm coughing.
We need to bring that one along too. That's another bylaw. I have to assist the elderly.
Chalk kind of gives him a side-eye glance and coughs a little more, and then straightens a little bit and wanders over and says, "My name is Chalk. I would be happy to be of assistance. What assistance I can."
Excuse me, Father. Of course, I am grateful for any assistance, but you do not seem to be in the healthiest of spirits. I myself am far younger and far more beautiful than you, and I couldn't even do it.
You had to
Come
add
at me,
in
Peter.
that last comment.
Come at me,
there.
Peter. Come at me, Peter.
I will. You got me laughing too hard to pull this off now.
Do it, Peter.
He'll basically explain that he just completed some trials as a part of his graduation from a very special school whose name he will not say, and the trials were rigorous, but he will recover quickly.
Then we shall be honored to have someone of such high learning here with us
And
in
by
this
the
mission.
way, he's not an old man. He is 123.
Very nice. Cassius, were you still down here or did you go back upstairs?
I'll go back upstairs. That's fine.
Were you down here during all this or did you go back upstairs before this conversation?
Probably upstairs.
Okay, cool. So then Anita and Chalk and Deacon and Jin come back upstairs. And as you guys get back upstairs, the bar is now full of inquisitors. and
I imagine that Kai is just several beers in at this point, probably back up on the bar.
Mhm.
I am Kai, and I'm the greatest dwarven bard who's ever lived.
Okay. Cassius, what are you doing upstairs with a room full of inquisitors?
Staying out of their way.
Probably a good idea, because out of or in through the front door comes a very large man in a very long, obviously the person in charge. He has a little name tag that says Hell's Moth on the side, and on the other side it says Lord Inquisitor. And he comes in and he says, "There was weird." I almost went Russian. I've been talking in a Russian accent all day with the cat. But yeah, he comes in and he says that there was very strange lighting over here earlier. It seems like all of the sconces in the square and around this building all dimmed for some reason. All of the candles went dim over here. That's an obvious sign of witchcraft and dark magic. Where is the proprietor of this bar? The one that they call Thomas.
I do believe he left. There was this, God, I'm losing my voice. Strange wind blew through, and I'm not quite sure what happened, but yeah, all the candles and torches flickered for a wee bit, then everything went back to normal. Can you join us for a pint?
Deception check. I know your deception's like plus 13.
Let's see, plus 12, 26.
Very well. This man named Jacob Hellsmoth looks you up and down. Are you still on the bar?
Oh, yeah.
All right. He is going to try and pick you up off the bar, like scruff you off the bar, and put you on a stool, like a civilized person. That's what we are here. 16 plus, and what? If you don't want him to touch you, it'll be a contest of strength.
Why not? I'll go along with it.
Oh, you're gonna go along with it? Very cool.
Yeah, why not? Kai's not shy.
Awesome. All right. So he does that. So he grabs you by the back of your. Are you wearing armor or like your jerkin or?
Yeah, just leather, studded leather, but yeah,
Awesome.
nothing.
So, yes. So he just kind of grabs you by that and like plops you down. How tall are you as a dwarf?
5'2".
Okay. First of all,
He's not a very tall guy.
but first of all, I am not a dwarf. And I am 5'4", sir.
I am 6'2". Many things are shorter than I.
Well, a dwarf. Anyway, you're a tall dwarf. Cool. So yeah, so he's basically like almost like the same size as Michael is in real life. So he doesn't have much of a problem just kind of intimidatingly putting you into the chair. And he looks around. He doesn't really see a ton of stuff. You guys were some of the last ones to come up. We're the last ones to come up out of the basement, and he turns around and he kind of like whistles to the rest of his Inquisitor lackeys, and they leave. But 2 Inquisitors do stay by the door. And Anita looks at Chalk and Deacon and Jin, and she says, I know that these are the people that caused most of my family's issues, so I think it's best that you your group leave as soon as possible. I don't actually know the way to the chateau, but I have heard of someone who is apparently very difficult to miss in the swamp that is on the outside of the chateau, or that's been taking over the chateau. Who knows how to get there. So I don't know if the 3 of you are enough, but anyone else that you might be able to recruit to finish this, or to assist me in this, will also be handsomely rewarded. And she looks at Jin and the money that she already gave him. It's like the down payment.
Surely there must be somebody else here who wants to make some money.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
It's only like 5 people come up. 5 starving farms people, townspeople.
Did you say party or did you say money?
Money. We don't have any
Money.
permits for a party.
God, I'd bring the party with me.
This guy plays his flute well. I think we should add him.
And Anita looks over at Cassius. And she looks at Deacon. You both were very close to each other earlier, and I didn't want to assume anything, but he was also down there.
This one has sticky fingers. But yeah, you're right. You should come along with us too.
I'm always up for earning some cash.
And with that, she tells you exactly how to get to, or not exactly, but she lets you know the general direction that you need to be heading. She tells you that there is indeed a swamp has been taking over kind of that area for the last almost 100 years. And that no one's really been able to navigate it except for this one very particular person who she has never met herself, but has heard tale of on her travels to this area. And she lets you know that it's gonna take about 3 hours east from where you guys are. Actually, I have a little bit of a map here. Not much, but yeah, so you guys are up here in this little itty bitty town, and you're heading towards where it says this lookout is. And you guys, there isn't really much in this town to really stock up on supplies, so you can either rest here at the inn or the tavern for the rest of the evening and start in the morning, or set off now, whatever you guys decide to do.
I say we leave right now.
I think you're made of sterner stuff. I'd rather have a nice bed to sleep in.
You can make a bed out of anything you want.
I slept in my fair share of the gutters. I have no problem walking now.
So it seems like walking it out wins for the evening. Okay, so then as you guys make your plans to head towards the swamp, Anita lets you know that she will be residing here until you guys get back with the rest of your payment. And yeah, as you guys head out, there's really just nothing around this town. And for as late as you would think it would be, when you guys all went into the bar a few hours ago, it was twilight. And some reason it's still twilight as you guys are continuing heading east. And as you guys travel along the road, let's do Kai, can you roll me a d6 real quick?
That's a 6.
That is a 6. Very nice. Let's check over here. Fun. A 6, you say? Very nice. Kai rolled a 6. Jeremy, Deacon, can you roll me a d6 as well?
A 2.
A 2. And Cassius, can you roll me a d6?
No, I can't.
Fine.
1.
All right. Then with those rolls, we will go ahead and take a 5-minute break real quick while I get things set up. And I drank all that water after coughing, and now I have to use the bathroom. So here's that fact, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Live.
Are we unmuted?
Yes, we are unmuted.
Very nice.
This time.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Our amazing group of adventurers are heading off towards the Chateau de Martillon, which is the famed house of the Chateau de Martillon, which is the famous house of the Neonora family. There we go. The group has been sent this way by apparently the last heir to this family, who wants to clear the family name and hopefully try and resurrect the house in the family to its former glory. And they are traveling through swamps at the moment. And we will go ahead and pop on over here, and we will pop you guys onto the map.
Wow, I'm big.
Yep. Go ahead and downsize everyone. And then, yeah, as of right now, you guys have been traveling for just under an hour. Nothing seems to be real interesting happening. So you guys can put yourself in whatever order you would be in.
I can't control my owl familiar, by the way.
Oh, no, I don't think I can.
I think I'm still a bit on the big side.
Just a little. It's a big dwarf.
Said you were a big dwarf.
Yeah. Maybe 5'2" vertically, but like horizontally he's
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm a little rotund, if you will.
Pesky.
All right. Can you move your owl now, Johnny? Perfect. What is happening on my phone? Oh, God. Anyway, cool. So, as you guys are traveling through this swamp for what seems like forever, you're not even really sure where you are heading. You just have been told to head this way until you find this person in the swamp who is apparently going to be helpful to you. You had the only thing that you do know about this person's is that they live in a very large cypress tree. So that's actually kind of what you're looking for. And about an hour into your travels, you guys come across. Well, actually, this is the result of Kai's roll. Yep, that worked.
Eek.
4 whites pop up and ambush your party. Isn't that fun?
I don't touch these trees. They seem shady.
I'm going back the other way.
And I will go ahead and we will roll a group initiative. I say again.
18 on initiative.
She auto rolls.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I can do our auto rolls for initiative if it wants to work, but it is giving me issues. Oh, that's what happened. Sorry, guys. Second.
Oh, I love my roll.
All right. So as you guys are traveling, yeah, 4 whites come out of these haunted swamps, and we'll start off with Jin. Why did it not add anyone's initiative bonus?
I don't know, but I've got a 4.
I changed mine.
Yeah, you guys can. You changed yours?
Yeah, I changed mine. I added my initiative bonus.
Alright, yeah, so y'all just go through here on the turn order and put your the roll plus your bonus, and then we'll fix it again. Just let me know when everyone's done.
A whopping 3. Ooh, I'm good.
That's fine. That's fine. Alright, okay. So everyone's fixed this. Alright, so we still start off with Jin.
All right. Jin will kind of take one hand, his long sword, his sunblade actually, and he kind of speaks a word in an unknown language, and then it just begins to shine brightly as the blade is just completely wreathed in this radiant light. And on the other hand, he has a staff, his arcane focus, as he concentrates it towards this one, which he will Eldritch Blast. And it is the first beam. Actually, wait, sorry, just ignore that. I'm gonna just cast this spell. That's much quicker. Okay. Great. And that is, I'm assuming a 26 and a 20 both hit.
26 and a 20 both hit. And just so everyone knows, the way that I like to do natural 20s is max damage plus whatever you roll.
Okay. I did not get a natural 20.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And yeah, basically he slams his staff, and this force just comes out, hitting this white, and I have the repelling blastification, so
Okay.
it will be knocked back 20 feet away from me.
Okay. So 20 more feet. In any direction or just backwards? Just straight back, right?
Straight back, yep.
So he is going to go back here, and he takes 21 points of damage. All right, perfect.
And then I will retreat over here, and that's the end of my turn.
Perfect. Kai, you're up.
Yeah, trying to thin the herd a little bit. I'm gonna look at this one over here, and see here. You know, I'm just gonna point at it, and I'm just gonna smile as I cast Natasha's hideous laughter. It's a DC 18 wisdom.
Okay. It's gonna be a 10.
All right, then he's gonna fall prone and double over in laughter. Hey, Tina, did not the hurt for y'all. That's one down, 3 more to go. I'm gonna step back behind these guys.
Very nice. And which guy? Which of the whites was it?
It was this one.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. So while he is bent over in laughter, he is incapacitated, right?
Yes. I
Right.
think he falls prone.
Gotcha. Let's put. Put that little guy on top of him. All right. All right. And you move back, and that was it?
Yep.
All right. That makes it this white's turn. And it is going to all right. It is going to come up to this Cassius here. And it will take 1 longsword attack. That's a 23 to hit.
And it's
And it's going to be 5 points of slashing damage. And as it slashes at you, it's going to use its second attack to do life drain on him as well. A natural 20 plus 4, so 24. So that is going to be so max damage is 8 plus 15. So it's going to be 15 necrotic damage on you, Cassius. And I need a Constitution saving throw, please. All right, so your hit point maximum is reduced by 15 points as well.
Ooh. That's gotta hurt.
And it will end its turn with its fingers around your throat. And it is now Deacon's turn.
Cassius, how you looking? Did that hurt real bad, or?
it's just a flesh wound.
So, okay, what I'm going to do then is I am going to use Bless at 3rd level. I'm going to target Cassius, Chalk, and Kai. I'm going to use the Embodiment of Law to make that a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move over here. Actually, no, I'm going to stay right where I was. And I will cast Sacred Flame at this one here.
All right.
So that is they need to make a dex save. 16.
Deacon, are you an Order Cleric?
Yes.
Yes.
I think your Voice of Authority would work here, where you could give him a reaction attack.
Yes.
I remember.
Yep. So Cassius, so once you get blessed, if you want to use your reaction to make a weapon attack, you can.
Nice.
That is a dirty 20 to save.
Okay. So it takes no damage.
All right.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. That will make it this white's turn. Can it make a save against Tasha's right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be its turn, I believe.
It's a turn? Okay, that's fine.
I'll double check.
It fails.
Yeah, it is a fail.
All right. But,
If it takes damage, he can make another wisdom saving throw against it, but
okay.
there's a chance that it'll maintain.
Okay. That's just if it takes damage or at the top
Yes.
of its turn? All right, cool. All right, cool. Well, right? Let's make sure. Okay, cool. Right. Alright, cool. Yeah, so it can't stand up. Anyway, alright, cool. So then on to this white.
Sorry, I think my owl's turn got skipped.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. What did your owl what did you want your owl to do?
I think my owl will fly over. Yes, I think I'll have my owl fly over to the one I have just blasted, 30 feet over here, and it's just going to harass it, give Jin the help action, so Jin will have advantage to attack it his turn, and then fly away into the trees, like so.
Okay. Well, it is this white's turn, and it is going to move up its 30 feet. And the only one in 30 feet of it is Cassian. And it sees that its companion is over here attacking you, and it's gonna do the same thing. It's actually just gonna go ahead and do another life drain on you. That's a miss. That is a 9 to hit you, Cassius, sorry.
Yep, it misses.
All right. And it uses its full movement to get up there. All right, cool. So that is the end of its turn. It is the other white's turn. Dang, they all like kind of go together. This white is going to come up, and it is going to take a swipe at Deacon with a longsword. With a ghostly longsword. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
For a 24. So it's going to be 12 plus 9. So that's going to be 21 points of slashing damage. And then it's also going to reach out and do a life drain on you. That is 9 plus 4, so a 13 to hit.
No.
Alright, so as it has its sword sticking out of your knee, sir, goes to reach you, and you just bat that away. And with that, it is Cassie's turn.
I'm going to attack the one below me that just swiped at Deacon.
Okay.
With my flame tongue rapier.
Okay.
With it flaming as well.
When it's flaming. That is a definite hit, sir. So 34 points of damage. Very, very fun.
Now, what was it about my reaction that I can do?
When I cast a spell on any of you, you can use your reaction to make a weapon attack.
So I can attack again?
Well, when I had blessed you, you could have done it.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Is your rapier's magical, right? Yeah. Cool. All right. So he takes this 34 points of damage. Very, very wounded, looking for a ghost, but still seems to be up and okay-ish. And what else would you like to do, sir?
That's all I can do.
All you can do. Very nice. And Chalk.
Chalk is going to reach into his component pouch and pull out a strip of cured leather, and cast mage armor upon himself. And then he is going to retreat a little bit over to here. So
All the magic users retreat.
well, if I was a cleric, I'd help you more, but now I'm regretting it. And that is the end of my turn.
All right, Jin.
All right, Jin will yell out, "I'm not retreating, I am simply working up a charge," as he will go forward. And he is going to raise his radiant sword up in the air, and as he does, lightning's going to kind of strike it, and it's going to wreath it in thunderous energy as he casts Booming Blade. Bring it down with advantage from his Familiar's help action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keep it here. Hopefully this works. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so I believe it is an undead target, but that will deal 13 plus 1 plus 14 from sneak attack, 28 damage total.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us how your Sunblade takes this thing out.
Yes, so as the hilt is just covered in a multitude of energy of radiance and thunder, it just brings down and just cuts through this undead like hot knife through butter. And it just kind of leaves a trail of vaporization. And yeah, that's the end of his turn.
Very nice. And Kai.
All right. Which is the other one that took damage? Was it this one right here?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one's
Yeah,
almost
this
done.
guy, yeah, this guy's
All right.
this one's taking damage. This one has not. This one is incapacitated for the time being.
Okay.
It's prone.
So this one right here, I'm gonna look over at it, and Kai's gonna shout out, "Your mother is so ugly. When she was born, the doctor smacked her mother." And I cast this vicious mockery. So it's a DC 18 Wisdom save.
That is an 18.
Ah, darn it. Well, they're not all winners. Last one's still cracking up.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I guess that's my turn there.
All right. Why would it? Hang on real quick. Right. All right. So it is this guy's turn. And it's gonna do what it's been doing and continue going after Cassian. Also, again, with another, it's gonna do the longsword. So 14 plus 4, so that makes it 18 to hit
That hits.
on Cassius. That's 6 points of slashing. And then we'll use the second part of the multi-attack to do another life drain. And that is 15.
That misses.
All right, so it misses. It does its thing and it misses. Deacon.
I am going to do a second level Cure Wounds on Cassius. That is 9.
Okay.
And that's it.
Hang on a second. All right, very cool. I had to check something.
Cassius, if you want to make your reaction attack, now's the time.
Yeah, now you
Okay.
can. Yep.
Okay, so I will attack the one I was just fighting. 17.
17 hits.
Sneak attack does not apply to this, right?
That is a reaction, right?
Yep. So
I think it applies.
either 16 or it's 37.
Like ping the feature maybe, but I believe it just says once a turn. Up to the DM, of course.
Oh yeah, then that's fine. Then 37 it is. All right, so that does. So you definitely get a giant piece of revenge on the one that has been attacking you this whole time. It is still up. Is Mr. Owl? What is the owl's name?
I'm gonna call. Yeah, he's. I didn't prepare this, but I'm gonna call him Mr. Hoot.
Mr.
Yeah. The owl. Yeah, this will be a little dangerous. Oh, that's fine. It's gonna just streak across the field, and it will once again just give the help action, just really giving a powerful hoot in its ears, very haunting and ominous. And then 15 feet, that's the rest of their movement, and that's the end of the owl's turn. Mr. Hoot's turn.
Was he trying to be intimidating or just distracting? Or scary?
All three, you know.
All three. Just trying to be just a really great distraction. All right. Very nice. All right. This white. Thanks to let's see. Schultz. All right, it's gonna try to stand up, so it's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Doesn't make it. All right.
Good.
And it is that white is dead. So it can be taken out of initiative. It's this guy's turn. So it is going to take a longsword attack at Deacon. That's like a 12 to hit.
Negative.
All right, and then it's going to try to reach out and do its life drain. 7 to hit. Man, it is really not doing great against our Deacon here. And it is Cassie's turn.
Yeah, I'm going to try to finish off the one that I've been fighting.
All right. That'll do it. That'll do it. Tell us how you finally get this thing off of your back.
So I cut a C into its chest. Like Zorro, but Cassius.
As you do that, its body dissipates into the ether. And Chalk. No one can hear you, Chalk.
Chalk is going to move over to there, and he is going to cast lightning lure on that white, and strength save of 16.
Fails miserably.
Okay, and
9.
can I use a reaction?
Nothing's happened to cause a reaction.
Okay. That is the end of my turn.
All right, how much damage did it take?
9 points.
Lightning damage. All right. All right. So you guys are fighting off these creatures up from over here in these woods. Emerge. Drawn by the flurry of activity from the whites and from you guys are some of these guys. A couple of shambling mounds come out from these swampy area. But over here, out of this area, from the exact opposite side of the shambling mounds, appears this fella. And Greg, would you like to introduce your character tonight?
Sure, yeah. I guess you guys would see a 9-foot tall furbolg, a rope flying out from a bow and arrow he just shot from one tree to another. And he swings, and his feet touch the ground on the bottom here, and he just kind of runs with it, and then flies up to the next tree, lands in the tree, and you hear like a and he's pointing towards you guys.
Well.
Very nice. And
Who's the new
I don't
guy?
think that's a language I can understand. Does anybody get that one?
I did not catch that either.
y'all. Sorry, hang on. I need to put you into initiative here.
Yeah, I guess I can roll initiative.
I asked you to do, and you did
I'm just in the wrong order, I think. I think I need to be a little lower.
Yeah, I think it does.
Oh, a lot of zeros.
Add it.
Oh, the owl's in again.
So, and this guy 11. This guy 16. All right, do we have everyone back now? We do. Very nice. Okay, so back at the top of the round with Jin, who has now been joined on the battlefield by two of these shambling mounds and a stranger from the jungle.
Hey, Jin will just have to hope that the stranger is on our side as he rushes to address the new threats. Go up here, and he will kind of raise his staff, and spools of thread are going to kind of string out from the end as he casts web. Right here. And I believe they make the same throughout the start of their turns. But
Start of their turns? Okay.
yeah, and it is a 20-foot area, so 4x4. I'm just gonna lay it right here. The area is difficult terrain.
Perfect.
And yeah, I need a deck save from them at the start of their turn. And that's the end of his turn.
All right. Well, lucky for you, it is definitely this guy's turn. At the beginning or the end?
At the beginning.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and make that real
I'll see if I
quick.
can give you the description. I don't know if L20 will let me. That would be a fail.
All right.
Sorry for the phone book I just dropped in
No,
chat.
it's okay.
So it is restrained.
Okay, so then it will be trying to get through there, and it will go ahead and use its action to make a strength check. Which is 18 plus 4, so 22.
Yeah, that'll definitely pass.
All right, and then it will use its action to do that. It's difficult terrain to move through here, but it has, okay, it can move 10 feet, guys. 10 whole feet.
Huge. Yeah.
So
Okay.
huge. And they're kind of dumb, so it's not going to realize, hey, this isn't really great. All right, cool. It's that guy's turn. Kai.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I was thinking Cassie's kind of taking a bit of a beating through this. But if I do that, I'll drop concentration. So, all right, I guess on this bottom one, another vicious mockery. Your mother's so fat. I went through 3 horses trying to get around her.
Wisdom, right?
Yes.
That's another 18.
Dang it. All right.
For what it's worth, I thought both jokes were insanely hilarious.
The best. All right.
And afterwards, like, on his flute.
All right. So this.
Everyone's a critic.
Deacon, it's your turn.
These shambling mounds, they look hostile towards us, and this fellow who's in the trees shouting at us. Or we can't tell?
They are heading towards you. They haven't done anything. They are very large and
Can I maybe make an insight check on the fellow in the trees to see if it's like positive shouting or negative shouting?
sure. you can do that.
17.
I almost called you Tass. Greg, 17. Is it happy shouting or mad shouting?
It's you can, if you're really keen on listening, you might notice it as like a warning in a way, trying to notify you that these creatures are there, because he's looking back and forth between you and the creatures, and he's doing like a angry baby or angry monkey type of point at you from the treetop there.
Okay, so
He's got his bow out as well, and he's kind of like he's knocked some arrows that are.
Is he pointing it at us? Or
And
is
he's
he pointing it
at the giant creatures that are coming at you.
Okay.
Not really pointing yet, but facing that direction.
Okay. So then, as a bonus action, Cassie, she's still kind of hurt, right?
Nothing that you can actually fix. So,
Okay, so you're full at HP?
well, I'm not at full
Max,
HP.
Max HP. Got
Oh, okay, just max for what you could be right now. Okay.
Well, I'm 2 off of max, but that's fine.
Then I will use a bonus action to use heroism. I'll use embodiment of law to make this a bonus action. So you get 4 temporary HP.
I believe that means bless drops for what it's worth.
Something about you can make a reaction attack too.
Yeah. So you're immune to being frightened, and you gain 4 temporary HP. And yeah, you can make that reaction attack too.
Both people, I think.
Okay. So Cassius is actually going to, with his other empty hand, he's going to create a psychic blade and throw it across the shambling mound to the east.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
And it would only be 6. Psychic.
I'm sorry, as part of the second level, I get to pick a second target, so I'll do Chalk too. Chalk, you also get another 4 points of temporary HP, because the wizard could always use temporary HP.
The translation is he actually made sure your AARP card is in.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Mr. Hoot.
Yes. Mr. Hoots will kind of fly over the webs, and once again, just kind of pecks at like the little branches on the shambling mound, and then giving the help action to Jin once again, and then just flying off. Doesn't want to get hit by those nasty things. And the owl's turn.
Very nice. It makes it this shambling mound, so it needs to make that. Ooh, it does. No, that is a 3.
Yep, that's a fail. It is restrained.
All right, so it will try to break out of it. It's very confused as to why it suddenly cannot walk on its own. And it fails. It's a 6. All right.
Okay, so it's still restrained.
All right. It is this white's turn. Who cast the Tasha's on it? Kai?
I did.
Sorry, who did?
Kai did.
Oh, okay.
I
So
did.
Tasha's is a
I did.
concentration, so it also dropped.
I think Greg is in
No,
initiative twice.
Now my concentration should drop, right?
If you cast multiple spells, if you cast another spell with the concentration.
No, I didn't cast a concentration spell.
Oh,
You
no, you
can
did.
cast it heroism. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not.
Sorry. Cool. Okay, cool. Sorry, that's right. And then, right. So it will make a 13.
Surprisingly enough, that fails.
All right. So it is still doubled over in laughter.
See, he thinks it's funny. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, my jokes are landing good on at least one of them.
And it is Greg's turn. It's Greg's character's turn, whose name we do not know.
Okay, yeah. So I guess you see him. The bow that he had drawn, kind of waving it around a little bit, and then he releases 2 quick arrows in quick succession, and he's got 2 more in between his teeth, and I guess the 1 shot at each of them with the 2 shots. So it's gonna be. Is that an advantage or just the
Only the one on the right.
the
Yeah.
one? So this is the one on the left.
You do have advantage, though.
Oh, well, I guess I'll save it because I've already. And then this is the one on the right at advantage. So.
Yeah, they both hit.
All right. So those are poisoned arrow tips as well. I don't know if that's gonna do anything to a. Oh, and minimum damage on both of them. That's great. But yeah, they're poison arrows, so I don't know if it does anything. But if it does do anything, then they'll both take 2d8 poison damage.
Do they need to make a con? Yeah.
A DC 14 con save. So the one on the left, and then oh wow, that's a lot of ones.
So the one on the left gets a 6, and the one on the right gets a 16. So the one on the right.
The one on the right's gonna save, but the one on the left takes an additional 2 poison damage, plus the 4 piercing damage.
Greg, have you recently prayed to RN Jesus? I think you
Yeah.
should try that out.
So he then like runs slash, just like you guys would see him like run straight off the tree to the point where the branches can't support him, but then he keeps running and just lands on the ground and he just keeps running, and then he'll get to right here, and
You would have to make a dex save. I recommend not doing that.
oh, I guess he'll get to right here. No, would he be able to see that? The web? Is it obvious or?
Pretty visible, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then he'll just run around it because he's got 45 feet of movement. So, well, maybe not. All right, I'll go to there, and then do a quick kneecap kick, and with both feet, I guess, unarmed striking.
This is gonna go up and like donkey kick the side of this humongous
Yeah.
swamp creature. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. I like it.
So, an 18 and a 21
Yeah, they both hit.
for 8 damage and 6 damage, but I'll also spend another key point because I did flurry of blows there for 1, but I'll spend another key point and put in the Hand of Harm. So it'll be one of my martial die. Okay, So D6 plus my wisdom modifier. Just wanted to make sure. Nice. So 10 points additional damage.
All right.
And I'll use my physician's touch on that to inflict the poison condition until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
But he's already poisoned.
Yeah, that's
So that was free. But
what
poison! No, he's actually poison condition, not just poison damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you describe the physician's touch in detail, please?
Yeah, my foot, you hear me run up, and after the shots, I'm like, "Rah!" And then you hear me run up and then and then it's a couple of heels into the kneecap, and crunch. That's the touch.
Your bedside manner is amazing.
I don't think it's quite right in the head.
Try to avoid the spider webs with his feet.
Is there anything else you would like to do, Mr. Monk? All right. It is this white's turn down here, and going to reach out to Deacon for its life drain. Not to sound redundant, but that is a 16 to hit Deacon.
No.
All right. It is actually, seeing as it has tried to attack you several times, it is going to attempt to flee. And you guys can take attack of opportunities if you would like.
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, that hits.
10 damage. And its speed is reduced to 0 because I have Sentinel.
And tell us how you take out this thing.
I'll just take its
Trying to
head
get away.
straight off its shoulders, like Babe Ruth. I'll just see how far I can hit it. Yeah,
Alright.
go point to the horizon.
It works really great. Chalk, you go to hit and there's nothing there anymore.
Man.
And Cassius.
Well, I too have a lot of movement. I'm going to go back to my flame tongue rapier. I am going to attack this poison thing.
Okay. Yep.
Trying to get damage. Trying. It's not going. Hang on 1 second. So does the sneak attack count because the unknown character is there?
He made his stance known when he attacked that guy. So while you may not know exactly what he's about, but it's obvious that you guys are on the same side. So yeah, he'll be an ally.
Okay, 30 damage total.
Perfect.
I'm going to use my bonus action and disengage,
Okay.
and I'm going to
Mr.
finish my movement over here.
Perfect. All right. Chuck.
Okay, I have a quick question first.
Okay.
The white that has a little net icon. What's that net icon mean?
It is prone.
Cautious, hideous laughter.
And
It
if
has
I
not been
attack it,
able
will
to
that
get up.
affect the spell?
It can attempt to make us another save.
Yep. Or everybody has a little while to wail on it.
Or everyone has a little while to wail on it. Or,
Well, I do like a cheerful enemy, so instead, I am going to move.
But really, what would Chalk do? Not what would Peter do for Chalk. What would Chalk do?
Let me just check something right quick in my spell list. Did
10,
that do something?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
So I
2,
move
1.
over to here,
Okay.
and I use. I guess I'm going to use my. Chill touch. And I add a +2 to that for a 19.
Who are you chill touching? Who are you touching?
This guy.
Okay. He's 10 feet from me.
Yeah, chill touch is a.
You don't have to touch it?
It's
No,
really weird. It's a melee spell attack that has range.
I
Gotcha.
could have
Really
actually stayed back further, but it's
Gotcha.
120
Okay.
feet range.
Right.
Oh,
Chill
yeah, it
touch,
does.
right.
There you go. Okay. Alright, cool. So 17 hits.
Cantrip.
For 15 points of damage. And Chalk will. Let's see, I was right. He'll move back 5 feet. Just to play it safe.
And Jin.
All right, we got these little plant thingies right where we want them. He's going to charge forward at this one, and with his once again, as he raises his sword, it just cackles with thunderous energy to pair with the radiance. As he casts Booming Blade at advantage because it's restrained. Man, I'm really bad at navigating D&D Beyond. Okay. I believe it's non-undead, so no other radiant against undead. So that's ooh, wow, that's actually pretty terrible. 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Oh, unfortunate.
But I think everyone has advantages from the players.
Nah, I'll save it.
Okay.
And I will bonus action disengage, prancing out of its reach. That's the end of my turn.
No, they're not. Peter.
Oh, okay.
And also, please stop.
Stop what?
Stop what you're doing. If you're trying to tell me what my creatures are immune to, that means that you're trying to look them up, and you were wrong. So please stop.
I thought they were.
Well, you shouldn't be trying to look it up in the middle of a game, Peter. Anyway. Oh.
Well, if I had looked it up, I would have gotten it right.
Okay. Alright. I'm so sorry, Jonathan. Can you repeat the basics of what you just said?
Oh yeah, I went up, had a big swing, but I missed, and then I bonus action disengaged.
Big swing and a miss. Got you. Very cool. All right. Thank you. All right. This guy needs to try to break out of the webs, but it's going to be at disadvantage. So that's a 15 plus.
I don't think that guy's restrained. He's just poisoned.
He has disadvantage on ability checks. Being
Right.
You would
attack
have to
rolls.
to make the dex save at first, I think, because technically only the right one's restrained.
Oh,
Yeah,
only the right one is to say. Oh, okay, cool. Well, okay, cool. So then the left one does not need to make the dex save. Gotcha. Okay.
It still does because it's starting its turn within the area.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So then it's a 15 plus -1, so 14.
So now it's restrained.
Perfect.
They're
It's
both restrained.
It's restrained, but it can still attack out here, right? Or
Yes, but
Yeah.
since I poisoned that one, so it's got disadvantage.
Right. Okay. So many conditions that you level 10 players. It's very nice. Very cool. All right, so it's going to do a multi-attack. 2 slams on the swamp devil that just came out of it. The first one at disadvantage is an 18 plus whatever to hit 7. So that's going to do that's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage for the first one, and it's going to use its second attack, the second slam, to be a 9 plus 7, so 16.
That would be a miss.
All right. All right, very cool. And that is its turn. It can't go anywhere. So Kai.
Did you all forget about the one I have down over here? And let's see here. We'll move right over here. And I'll actually cast let's see here, pyrotechnics right back here so that I can create some flashy little lights. And they're going to need to make a con save.
Does that end Tasha's
No, it's not concentration.
concentration?
So con saves are +3, so it's a 19 and a dirty 20.
Now they both saved. I was trying to blind them,
Very nice.
but
That would have been super. Yep. And as if they might even be immune to being blind, they wag off your lights. Anything else, Kai?
Yeah, I'm sitting there just pointing at the one that's doubled over laughter.
Mm-hmm. Just pointing at it, like laughing
Yeah.
at it, laughing.
I'm like, take a. We got one down. It needs to be finished. That's it.
All right, Deacon.
Yeah, so like visibly upset that everybody seems to have just left this thing to just wallow. Well, not really wallow. I guess it looks like it's having a pretty good time. But I'm gonna take a good old golf swing at its head.
Yeah, you'll have advantage because he's prone.
Right.
I take it at 27 hits,
Yeah, 27 hits perfectly
Okay.
fine.
9 points of damage.
And they can make a
Alright.
wisdom save.
Make it wisdom save. 16.
That does not.
God dang it! Let
There's the
my
hideous
white
laughter.
attack you. Very nice.
All right, that will end my turn.
All right, Mr. Hoot.
Mr. Hoot's away right now.
Mr. Hoot is away right now. All right. I'm sure it's going to take the help action somewhere. We can rectify that on his turn. This shambling mound. Okay. This one needs to make the dex check first. So that is a 16 against the odds.
I think 16 makes.
Against your spell save. It does. It just beats it. You're not even here for me to rub this in your face, Jonathan. But anyway. It is no longer restrained by... This one is restrained. I need to make more things on these. This one was restrained, and now it is not. And now it can move up. It is going to take...
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
Just in time for the shambling mound to do 2 slam attacks against you.
Actually, sorry.
What would Mr. Hoot have done? Sorry.
Oh, he would have just dodged, honestly.
Okay, cool.
Because his helps don't matter too much. But actually, as it enters my reach, because I have a quarterstaff in one hand and the polearm master feat, I will get an opportunity attack, and I actually have the warcaster feat as well. So I'm out of breath because my roommate asked me to help him lift his grill up onto the deck. And anyhow, I have the warcaster feat as well. So I will substitute that opportunity attack with a spell as I cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And yes.
Meanwhile, Mr. Who says, "Just call my name and I'll be there."
Okay, so the first beam is a 19 to hit, 4 force damage, and it's going to get pushed back 10 feet because of repelling blast.
Are you in close combat? Like, are you within 5 feet?
Oh yes, I am, but I picked up the fighting style close quarter shooter.
Oh,
I assumed,
okay.
yeah, so I actually get rid of that.
Nice.
And then here's my second blast. I think for this one, I won't knock him back because 10 feet's enough. Oh, and that's a 5 force damage. I'll knock him back because it says up to 10 feet. I'll knock him back like 5 feet just so he's in the middle. And that's my reaction.
But so it would only move like 2 feet since it's...
Okay, all right, yeah. Then I guess I'll knock it back the full 10, and it's 5 feet.
Okay.
It's
Like,
difficult to knock him back, too.
You did this. You created this.
Does it have to
Sorry
save
about
going
that.
back into that area?
I think it was already halfway in it, so we'll just wait until the start of its turn.
All right, then.
Is it now not restrained?
It's not restrained.
It's not restrained, but okay, so it was pushed back, so...
But if it... Okay, yeah, no, it didn't exit the area.
Not
And then
completely.
enter again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it used 10 feet to get to me, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. So it means that it can... It's gonna move 5 feet back. It has a reach of 5 feet. So it cannot get you.
Well,
But
if you
some
look
of
at
their
that.
attacks were longer than that.
I know, they're big boys. That's a little disappointing for plants.
Yeah. Plant.
All right, that's my
They have,
reaction. though.
they have like T-Rex arms. They just can't, reach.
Did I send you guys the butt meme this morning? Anyway, I'll send it to you guys. I'll put it in the Discord later. Anyway, okay, so yeah, it was gonna try to move up to attack this guy. It went to go slam, and Jin did Jin things and pushed it back, and then it had to use the rest of its movement to get back up to the edge. And now it can't reach anybody besides its partner. So it is this final white's turn. Who can?
Try to snap out of Tasha's.
Wouldn't it be able to do it when it took the damage?
It tried to take it to.
I
knock
did,
out
didn't
the
it?
bacon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It tried to.
That's true. Yeah. Let's
So-
see what it does again. 15.
It is still down.
Yes.
Why don't it just vanish into
They're just clubbing it in the face. What is so funny?
What's the joke? Why are you laughing at this? Greg. I'm old Greg. He's a swamp thing. Oh my god.
I was just thinking of the fish sticks joke.
I know. I just broke myself. I gotta go.
Great.
Okay, so it puts his bow on his back and draws his short sword, or drops his bow and pulls his short sword out, and long sword, and it's got like a mushroom handle, and it's kind of glowy, and depending on how dark it is in the area at the time, and he'll swing back and do 2 longsword attacks on the one in front of him there, which is restrained, I believe. Oh shoot! A 17 or yeah, 10. So 17.
17 hits.
Nice.
Incoming transmit.
So 14 damage, and yeah, I'll just leave it at 14, and second strike. $25 to hit,
That hits.
and yeah, I'll just actually, yeah, why not? Just leave it. 11. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's two-handed. 9 and 14 for total damage. So 23 total between the 2 attacks.
Okay.
And then that's it. He's just gonna kind of stay there and kind of be looking around, looking behind him. He sees a guy back there kind of lurking behind him, so he moves over a little bit towards the tree here.
Cool. Yeah, when you're just slashing and hacking, and there are just bits and pieces of grass and dirt and branches and other swamp gunk that's just flying off this thing. And Cassius.
Cassius is going to see the guy that's not lurking. He's making a path, but I'm going to go over here and I'm going to attack.
I'm going to attack with the little cat.
$18.
That hits.
So 32 damage. I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage, and I am going to walk up the tree because I have spider climbing.
All right.
I want to show our friend how you get up trees really
How you-
quickly.
You idiot.
You see, I'm dipping my sword in a mushroom that looks pretty gross. It looks like a sponge, and I'm like looking up at you like, what?
All right. Chalk.
Okay. Chalk is going to move over to here And then he's going to cast Chill Touch on the same swamp thing looking creature right there that I'm pinging.
Okay.
That I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to roll to hit on that. And it jumped out of my dice tray. Oh, nat 20.
In or out of the dice tray?
In the dice tray.
Okay.
Plus 8, that's 28. So.
Well, then go ahead and tell us how your Chill Touch takes out a giant mound of grass.
Okay. I lift up I'm holding a wand, a gnarled wand made out of some kind of wood, and I point it at the creature, and a frozen hand, reaches out, shoots out from it, and shoots across the clearing and strikes the creature right on the face, like the claw you do to a child. The claw. And freezes its face.
Wait,
with
which
necro.
claw? Which claw? Are you talking about Jim Carrey claw, or are you talking about Toy Story claw? They are vastly different.
Whichever one like this that I did. A face hugger.
There you go.
Jim Carrey.
There you go.
And necrotic energy. 4.
The claw.
Yeah, the claw. 2d8. 11 points of damage.
Dave took it, or Cassius took it down to its last remaining hit point, and here comes the wizard doing wizard things and just taking all the glory for it, as wizards do.
Stealing.
But it is down, and
Did you see how I did that, people?
Ajota.
I don't know what he just said, but I rock.
And it it falls to the ground, a giant oozy puddle of swamp water and mud. And we will be at the top of the round, and we'll go ahead and take another quick 5-10 minute break. Let everyone stretch, and we will be back shortly.
I feel like
welcome back. We are trying to get through a fight in the woods with our grand adventurers, and it is Jin's turn.
Alrighty. So it seems that one of the beasts have been felled, so we go after the remaining one. And I suppose this one's not restrained yet, so he will use his bonus action to do a steady aim to give himself advantage as he kind of just locks himself in place right in front of the beast. And yeah, he'll attack with his Sunblade. He has not hit this thing yet, so he's really hoping to. Okay, getting this 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Wow, these are some pretty bad rolls. That is a 5. It's not undead, I'm guessing.
No, it's not.
All right, so that will be 24 damage total. And his speed is 0, so he's just going to be stuck next to this thing. That's the end of his turn.
All right. Kai.
All right. He's gonna move over here, and he's gonna look over at this one, and he is going to say, "Your mother's so ugly. When she goes to the beach, it doesn't even wave." And vicious mockery.
Oh, Lord.
It fails.
Okay, I'm buying a disadvantage for you.
Oh wait, no, I have an advantage. Brentley gave me an advantage. Whoever's doing channel advantages has been slacking.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, it still fails.
Well, that'll be 10 psychic.
Right. Okay.
And I still got at least one fan over here. That'll be my turn.
All right.
I'm gonna keep-
Yep.
I'm going to continue swinging away at Kai's biggest fan.
Go ahead.
$16 damage. And that'll end my turn.
Then it's gonna try to make its wisdom save. 16.
Nope.
All right, Mr. Hoot.
Mr. Hoot's pretty tired from flying all around the battlefield, so I think he's just going to preen his feathers. That's the end of his turn.
Just looking at everyone judging. All right. So this guy doesn't need to try to move. It's going to go ahead and take its 2 slam attack.
I do need a dex save before that.
Okay. That's 2.
So it is restrained, so disadvantage.
Oops, wrong button. So the first slam attack is going to be a natural 1. And the second one is going to be a 9. So they both miss.
Just by a little bit.
Just by a little tiny itty bitty bit. And this, alright, that's its turn. This white's turn. Gonna try to get out of it. Do I have any more advantages?
No.
Alright, cool. So
I'm guessing.
failed. You're such a
I'm saying no because I don't want you to have advantage. You do.
Thank you. Still fails. Super cool. All right. That's great. It is now Greg's turn.
I
And
knew
you
I
have
missed.
one more.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, he just finished putting poisonous mushroom sauce on his sword. So he's gonna run around this web thing. He's this 9-foot tall guy, and he kind of slides in here, just stopping just in time in front of Jin there, and it swipes his giant sword across just above his head.
You do
And,
have advantage.
He has advantage anyway because it's restrained.
Boom. 18.
Hits.
And DC 14 con save.
Ooh.
God damn. I just want the white to get up. That's all I want. Keep the nat 20s for everything else. I don't care. I want the
No,
white.
he's fine. I like it right where he is.
So
Yeah.
that's 8, and I will deal the D4 damage from my mercy thing that or from my my attack of harm, hand of harm, and then second attack. Boom. Come on, there we go. 22.
Hits.
Click for damage. Or just roll damage again. Boom. So 13. Yeah, 13 more damage. And bonus action unarmed strike as well. And that's not a hit. So yeah, two sword swipes at him. 8 plus 4, 25 total.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Cassius.
So I'm not sure. I'm so far away. I might have to do some dope rogue stuff, but instead I am just going to throw one of my psychic blades from the top of my tree. My tree now.
My 3.
I have an advantage. I think I'm going to use it.
I think so.
No way!
Wow.
You kidding me?
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Snake
okay.
eyes.
That's okay. I'm
By
going
the way,
to
you had advantage already because from restraint, so.
Okay, well, regardless, I'm going to expend my psychic energy and I will make it a honing strike. So that makes it an 18.
18 hits.
So 22 damage.
Okay.
Then it's my turn.
All right. Chop.
Chalk is gonna rinse and repeat. He is going to cast Chill Touch on the remaining swamp thing looking creature. 7 plus 8 is 15 to hit.
15 just hits.
5 points of damage. Ugh.
All right.
And that's the end of my turn. Sorry.
Jin.
Jin, you
Alright.
had one advantage.
Thank you. Hopefully it won't be it. Yes. Jin wants his blade to taste plant flesh this time. As once again takes a swing, big ol' swing, booming blade.
Big ol'
Stand
swing.
to. That's 24 to hit.
That
Or
hits.
what do we got here? 7, 8. Oh, 24. 24 damage once again, mix of radiant and thunder. And then he will bonus action disengage over to here. And that's the end of his turn.
Alright, you radiate and thunderize a big ol' hole in the side of it, knock off one of its legs. It's basically just an arm. It's still shambling on a couple of knees at this point. And
Alright.
we're up to Kai.
All right. So I'll look over at the shambling mound, and I will say to it, "Your mother is so ugly. She threw a boomerang and it refused to come back." And vicious mockery.
Be a mega fail.
The 9 points of psychic.
Alright. And tell us how your vicious mockery takes out a pile of swamp thing.
You know, all these insults I've been throwing around at their mothers, I think that it just kind of just gives up on life, and as the psychic damage is just too much, it just gets very dejected, very sad. Just
Very
it just
nice.
falls over.
Very nice.
And do you mind any of you getting this one?
I'm trying.
And
I ain't thought you would have the law.
would Kai like to move anywhere?
No, I'm good.
Alright, Deacon, kill this.
Continue to beat on him.
And you have advantage, he is prone.
Yes, those hit.
10 damage.
Oh my god, you did it.
Okay. I'm gonna hit him until his head is literally like embedded into the ground, and then I'm gonna take out a piece of chalk and write on like the front of his armor, Kai's #1 fan. Give him a little kick and walk away.
Very nice. Well, as you go to like get the chalk, its body just dissipates, kind of like the other ones did. So.
Oh, right on the ground next to him. Here lies Kai's #1 fan.
Here it lies. And with that, we are out of initiative. You guys have a couple of giant swamp piles. The rays are have all dissipated, and a new friend.
I think Kai might look around if they had dropped anything, if there's anything that they might have had.
Sure. You can, if you're, are you just looking around, or are you actually like looking through the swamp messy piles?
Well, when they deteriorated, did like their belongings stay, or did everything just?
Everything dissipated.
Oh,
Everything,
yeah.
Everything seemed to be made of like shadow. So.
Hey, how you doing? Walking up to our new friend. How you doing? You seem to be hitting a wee bit hard there. How you doing?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure because you're. Yeah. Anyways, um. And he's kind of like
Am I
moving
recognizing this
pretty
as
quickly
any
back
kind
and
of
forth.
language?
No, probably not.
What languages do you speak?
Well, all of them if I want to.
Not
What-
Tasmanian devil.
What languages do you speak? Because these.
Honestly, I think do I have comprehend languages? I thought I did. I do not. Never mind.
I have bootleg comprehend languages, and Jin is gonna go up to him and say, "Do you speak common?"
And he's gonna like look at you and be like, "Hour."
Yeah, I have no idea what he is saying.
He pointed up to your owl when he said "owl."
Okay, he knows the word owl. Yes. Would you like to pet him?
And he's like, you can see he's getting hungry looking at it.
Oh, okay. He's gonna put Mr. Hoot back in its pocket dimension. Can't trust this guy.
Think I can help here. I'm going to expend a sonic energy and do psi whispers to him, and I think I can do it to a couple other people too at the same time. It changed with Tasha's. I can't remember what it does.
He's like, what you
No,
want?
so regardless if you speak the same language as us, we can speak to you telepathically. I'm just looking to see how many people I can do. Oh, so up to 4. So myself, you, and then 2 other people.
All of a sudden in your head you hear like, and what is it that you require?
I also would want to include Kai in that because Kai's all of his jokes. I don't want him to go amiss. I want him to be able to hear him.
While is there like a verbal or a semantic or anything component to this spell you're doing?
It's not a spell.
Oh, okay.
This is a wee bit more elegant than I would have thought.
Magic. Was that magic?
Nope.
I can hear you.
Saying that out loud? Or is that in your head?
I'm saying that out loud.
Got it.
Oh, hey, so you can't speak, all right.
What do you want? Why are you here?
I feel like this is a little bit of real life, Greg.
Well, we're on our way
Did you
to
knock on the door late at night?
we're on our way to check out a mansion.
Mansion. I know that.
Yes. Right, indeed.
You are living. You're all alive. Let's go.
Last time I checked, I was alive.
Yeah. Can I eat?
Yeah.
Owl.
Yeah. How's Cassius look, by the way?
It's okay.
All right.
Other than needing a long rest, but he's fine.
That's a no, friend. That's a no.
Cassie is saying anything about the looking alive comment.
You see him like quite nimbly move around, and then he clicks his heels together and just launches up to the top of the tree, and he's kind of jumping between trees. He's got some little bit of sparkles come out of his feet when he moves. This way.
Is he wearing ruby slippers?
No, it's a blur kind of, a blur of air and some sparkles coming off of him. Can hardly see his feet.
Let's follow him. Start running after him.
He's just kind of taking the most difficult path possible to the east.
he's making it the most difficult. That's funny. So you're leading them, but you're not making it easy on them?
No. For them, if they want to follow me, they don't have to jump up and grab a branch,
gotcha.
they can see that I'm wasting a lot of energy, but it seems to be no problem in the swamp, as I have no issues jumping from lily pad to lily pad.
All right. And does everyone follow him? Does anyone try to climb up in the tree and do exactly what he does?
Not in the trees.
Yes, I will do exactly as he's doing.
All right, then make me an acrobatics check.
I can move up and down trees with no problem.
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah. But can you jump from branch to branch? With sparkle shoes?
Probably. Not with sparkle shoes.
Spider-Man!
There you go, 20, 30.
Perfect. Then yes. With your spidery senses, you were able to definitely follow him. And everyone else follows him perfectly fine.
Yep.
Very cool. Then after another hour or so, thankfully you guys have a wonderful guide who somehow manages to avoid any other traps of this swamp. You guys find yourselves
Yes.
at the gate, the crumbling gate of the chateau. Give me just a second and I'll get everything. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Before we get to the chateau, just outside of it kind of thing, is there any spot that I know of where we could take a short rest or anything like that, or?
Yeah.
Or possibly a long rest, depending on the time it takes to get over that life drain.
Yeah, you want rest. We rest. Rest here.
I could use a wee bit of a rest.
You see him pops out a bedroll out of a it's absolutely ridiculous. It's made out of like a bunch of different kinds of animals, but they're all small, like squirrels and like all things that he's probably eaten. And there's actually a bunch of like chunks of meat and stuff around his like a Rambo belt, but with like jerky.
So are you guys long or short resting?
I'll defer to Cassius on that because of the life drain, but
It's only 15 points. It's not a big deal if you want to continue. I mean, 8 hours is a long time to stop.
okay.
I vote short.
Sure.
Take an hour.
All right. Then everyone go ahead and mark that off on your sheets. Regain any abilities so you can with the short rest. Hit die if you please. Alright, excuse me. And after your short rest, you guys walk along the muddy path that through the swamp that slowly turns into old stone roadway. Through the trees, it ends at the crumbling front gates of an ancient chateau shrouded in mists. seemingly fireflight flickers through broken walls, and there seems to be a ton of echoing noises that sound like shouting or a party. Um, just very strange, lots of noises for a dilapidated looking house. I'll get you guys all back on the map.
Jen, is where I'm pinging where we're standing? Is that the gates?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, as I get y'all's. Down here. Oops, sorry guys.
Yeah, I think we should knock.
Knock on what? Can you not see the doors are not standing?
There's still a door frame.
If my recollection of history proves true, I believe there will be nobody to answer except enemies.
Aye. Well, who wants to lead the way then?
So you guys right now are kind of standing in front of the gates. You can hear everything. The door in front of you is
We're missing somebody.
we are. Let me come back over here.
Deacon.
You found somebody in the forest who was not didn't have a permit for some forest
Yes.
fire.
Unattended fire. You had to wait around for them to come back.
Yes. Are the doors even on the hinges, or are they like hanging off the hinges?
No, they're on there. The front doors are a very heavy, looks like maybe oak or something, and then it has wrought iron through it. So obviously a very heavy, very expensive door that even though the walls around it seem to have taken damage, and you can kind of peek through and see inside. The door is intact.
Okay, let's go open the door.
It is locked.
Well, nobody's here. We tried. Let's go.
Game over.
I'm sure me or Cassius could take a look at this.
Why does nobody mention the conjuration wizard ever?
If all
Well,
he's done is freeze things, and he hasn't offered anything.
Just say,
Chuck,
hey,
if you've got a set of these tools on you, you can go ahead.
yeah, it's
I do.
locked. Who wants
You
to give
have
it a go?
Well, it's not locked. It's stuck.
Oh, it's stuck.
It's stuck.
I'll use the dwarf as battering ram.
Hey, don't throw out the dwarf. Why
I said I was gonna throw you.
The dwarf?
I was about to say something, but I kind of like that idea better.
There will be no yeeting of the dwarf.
All right, so let's. Can we try and force it open?
No need. I'm gonna fabricate the door into floor tile.
So it's just a wall of giant
No,
door
it's
of
gonna be
tile.
laying on the floor.
I like the wall of tile better. This way we can break through it, like when the team comes out before a football game.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Here we are. All right, so let's run through the tile like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, who's home?
Jeremy, do you realize you just tickled Peter's like feelings with the whole football thing? So just so you know,
Yeah. I like it.
he's
I
really
like it.
excited. He's really excited about this. I think this is probably his best adventure ever.
Okay, well, it has to be a raw material. This isn't raw. It's a door. It's been fabricated already.
Oh,
Well, if it's
Good, like,
wood
do you
is
have
a raw material. It's oak.
It literally no, it's already been fabricated into a door. Like if it was like an oak log, then yeah.
Ah, I hate these spells.
It's literally it choose raw materials that you can see.
In the first sentence, too.
For example, you can fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees.
Do you have like a
Ruin
spell like
my football
firebolt?
moment.
Can you make it go backwards? You can turn the door into a pile of raw
Right?
wood.
Defabricate.
Yeah, defabricate. There you go.
Fabricate, yeah.
The-
All right, so can we force it open?
Or
yeah, you can definitely try. Mhm.
refabricate
Strength check.
from
Yes.
a door to a chair.
Like help action or okay? Oh, you do the same. Fine.
16.
Yeah. Yep. You get through it just fine. Yeah, you have absolutely no problem opening up the door. And as soon as you do, it opens up into a large enclosed courtyard that's partially flooded with swamp water. Thorny vines cling to the 20-foot high walls of what was once a majestic structure that's now fallen into ruin. Scattered throughout the courtyard are a dozen corpses dressed in finery lying in pools of blood. An anguished cry rips through the air as a group of hooded and masked figures bursts from the front doors of the manor, which is over here, carrying a bound elven woman with them. They seem to completely ignore your presence as they head towards this pile of wood right here. So they came from here. 6 of what you can identify as look very similar to the Iron Inquisitors that you saw back in the town. Carrying an elven woman who is screaming towards this pile of wood.
Are they all within 30 feet?
Yeah, they're coming basically.
Okay. I would like to channel divinity and use orders demand. So they all need to take a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
DC 16.
Okay. So give me just a second here.
Since we're not in an initiative yet, can I cast a spell on myself?
Give me just a second. What is it that they need to make? Sorry.
DC 16. Anybody who failed is charmed by me, and I'm going to have them drop the woman.
Okay. Well, you do that. Oh, that's not what I meant to do at all. And while the come on, stupid. Thanks. Okay, so you shout out your command to drop the woman, and even though they had previously been working very diligently to get this woman tied up to this stack of woods, now they see you, and instead of being the inquisitors that you see, everything in front of you dissipates, and in their place are 6 specters. Yeah.
I'm just pulling on Cassius's arm, being like, "Evil, evil." Ah.
By the way, that Psy Whispers lasted for 5 hours, so should have 4 hours left on it.
I don't know what this thing just did.
You're noticing that his intelligence level is probably about the same as his conversation level.
I kind of liked when he had that like very like, diligent voice. He sounded, superior. I like that.
It's preposterous for us to believe that.
Yes.
6 specters.
We may not be able to understand much of what he's saying. I'm sure his handwriting is impeccable. It's got some Wile E. Coyote sides.
He's eaten a lot of dynamite in his day.
Many anvils on the head.
Right. So, if you guys want to go through and put your initiative bonuses into your thing.
Hey, we're fighting them.
Yep.
Man, my initiative sucks tonight.
So yeah. So just to do, because I was half distracted. So yeah, so Deacon saw these 6 folks carrying an elven woman going to take her up on the pyre. There's talks and accusations of her being accused of witchcraft and magic. And they tell her, for the crime of witchcraft and for bringing the plague upon us, we condemn you to the flame. May the light have mercy on you. And they have quickly and efficiently tied her to this pyre that you are quickly realizing what it is. And she stands up, very proud, and she yells defiantly at them. She says, "You fools! Curse you all! You will never find peace in this life or the next. I swear it on my soul. I swear it." And that's when Deacon tells them to stop, and the scene drops, and in their place is a burnt out, very old pile of wood that's been charred and ashes all around it, and there are 6 specters. And we'll start another group, and we'll start another initiative, because why not? And they are immune from being charmed, Deacon, so that's why your stuff was not able to work. But I also wanted to tell that really cool story. Alright. They have 50 feet. Alright, so first guy is going to
You need to sort the order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I need to add theirs too. Alright, so this specter still goes first. And he's gonna come after Deacon. And he's going to do life drain. That worked. Yeah, that one worked.
These are whites again?
Nope, these are specters.
Oh, just.
All right, so it needs to. Deacon need to make a Constitution save, please. Right? Oh, sorry, no. Sorry, I need to roll to attack. Did it roll to attack?
We don't see it.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
see
I
it.
don't see it either. Okay. misses. Yeah. Sorry. It missed you with a life drain, so your con save, lucky duck. Cassius.
Are these walls over here?
Yeah, so this is so this is like kind of like a walkthrough, and there were doors here into this courtyard. Like there's like a gate with the oak doors, and it opens up into this courtyard. But yeah,
Okay,
these are walls.
okay, I'm gonna go over here and climb to the top,
Okay.
and I'll throw a psychic blade at the one below Deacon.
Okay. That hits.
And 20 damage.
And your blade hits it, dissipates, and is gone.
That enter?
All
I
right.
mean, dissipates and then it's gone, like as it normally does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gone. Yep.
So it did hurt it.
Super loud screech. As it super loud screech dissipates off and up into the ether. Mr. Hoop.
Yeah, Mr. Hoot will perform the help action on this specter by just flying overhead and unloading some droppings over it,
Okay.
and then just helping Jin with that. So Jin will have advantage, and that's the end of Mr. Hoot's turn.
All right, this specter.
That was a great help action.
Go ahead and come up to Jin and do its life drain. It's a 12 to hit.
That will miss.
Awesome. That is its turn. Jin.
And yeah, I'm gonna show the specter how to really hit a person. Dance. And that is a 23 to hit for 15, 15. That's 35 damage.
And again, your sun sword absolutely loud shrieking dissipation into the ether.
I hope the bird droppings go with it into the ether. And
no, they fall on your shoe.
Carson.
They fall on your sunblade.
Okay, I will kind of. Dude, you give it like a little flicking motion away from my good friend Deacon because he doesn't deserve that, and then I will, I guess, position myself off to the side, like so. That is the end of my turn.
Perfect.
Might have been a red card.
It would have.
All right, I'm going to take a swing at this fella here.
Okay.
Because they don't seem to be that strong. I'm going to use my advantage.
Okay. 18
Good
hits.
thing I did.
Mhm.
9 points.
All right.
And then it's my turn.
Perfect. What kind of damage is Divine Strike?
Psychic.
Psychic. Okay, cool. All right. Kai.
All right. So I'm gonna look over at Deacon because he is the front line right now, and just just look at him and go, "You've always struck me as a bit of the tough one. Let's make you a wee bit tougher." And I'll cast Enhance Ability for Bear's Endurance. So you'll have advantage on Constitution checks. And you'll gain 2d6 temporary hit points. So that'll be 6 temporary hit points. Did not roll great.
Thank you.
But Constitution checks, you have advantage on.
Awesome.
Alright, is Kai gonna move anywhere?
I'll step back a little. Since I'm holding concentration, I want to be right there in the thick of it.
Gotcha. Swamp Thing. You gave it that name. I don't know why you're
He'll just start jumping between people and trying to get squeezed by, but do it like as dexterously as possible. Being 9 feet tall and all, difficult. But you see him cartwheeling and ridiculously flopping around, and he'll
get a video of this?
he'll end with his sword trying to stab through this thing's face.
You have advantage.
And I'll use is it darker in here in this room or at all, or no?
No, there are sconces everywhere that seem that somehow have magical light in them.
Okay. Well, you might be able to see, but when his sword is in the dark, you can tell that it is glowing in the dark. But as it swipes across, 18 for the first one, and 21 for the second one.
Hit.
And yeah, I'll just do one punch as well. Oh wait, I don't have
One
advantage.
punch!
Nor do I think you'll need to take a punch.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 1, 2, 13 and 13 and
Tell us how your
3.
sword on the first strike dissipates.
Oh, well, if it's the first strike, then the next one's with the next guy. But yeah, I just ended up doing like cartwheels and stuff and flipping around, and then ended up like in a gymnast celebration with a sword out in his face. And then he's got tons of movement, so he'll probably skip over the fire and come over to here. Oh no, he'll stay actually probably, yeah, why not? He's dancing on the fire a little bit. And the next one, 13, and the what it's called is actually, I got it wrong the first time. It's, if anybody cares, it's Dreadful Strike. So it's actually the thing from my Fey Touched. Not Fey Touched, but Fey.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fey Wanderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's psychic damage. So I don't know if that matters or not, but that's 3 plus the 13.
On this guy back here? Where's this guy?
The one that's I'm running away from a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Another sword and another punch, but...
Alright, so they definitely, the shadows that wrap around the whole entire thing do seem to be getting a little bit thinner. But it is still very much there and screeching at your face. And this one is going to... Yeah, like that. This one is actually This one's back here, so it can see straight through. So it is going to come and attack Chalk.
Jen, you do have one advantage.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is a 22 to hit Chalk. And I did not use an advantage.
That
But I-
hits.
Ethereal owl poo.
Right.
It hits.
That is going to be 10 points of necrotic damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Too late to say cutting words.
That saves. And yeah, if you want to use cunning words, you're more welcome to.
So you can reduce that by 4.
So 6 points of necrotic damage to you. And that will be its turn. This
And Kyle just be like, you call that a hit? Make any can hit harder than that.
And this specter is going to. It's gonna come up and go for Deacon. The 24 to hit Deacon.
Yeah, that's it.
It's going to be 6 points of necrotic, and then I need a con save, please. That saves.
Sweet.
That is its turn, and we are up to Chalk.
Okay, Chalk is pretty much shaking in fear right now because he's got a specter in front of him, and he is going to. Oh man, I don't know.
10.
Politely ask the specter in front of him to make
7.
a strength save.
How exactly?
Oh, Mr. Spectre, would you mind making a strength save? He's nervous, but
Confused about what a save is.
yeah.
The 12.
Oh, goody. It takes 7 points of damage. Man, that's a horrible roll. Can I re-roll that with real dice? And
It
that-
gets
Your
pulled
lightning
towards you, but it's already
flat.
there again.
You see your lightning hit it spot on, but it does not do as much damage as you would think it would.
Oh, I was afraid of
for
that. Okay, Chalk is so full of fear right now that he kind of leans back like he's gonna faint into
Okay.
our resident bard's arms.
Are you doing a trust fall?
Yeah, pretty much. I hope he catches me.
Is there a point to it?
No, he's just faint all of a sudden.
Okay,
dear.
Kai, do you want to use your reaction to catch him?
I've already used my reaction for cutting words, so I don't have a reaction.
Okay, then
Oh,
Chalk
great.
falls to the ground. Chalk falls to the ground and is prone.
So I just see this going on, and Kai just sidestepping, going like,
All right, very cool.
That could have went better.
I'm imagining like a southern belle. Oh my.
I do declare.
Spectre is going to take a step in front of Swamp Thing and do its thing. That is an 11 to hit. I agree.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help Chalk out. I'm actually gonna shoot at the guy. I throw another dagger at the guy by Deacon. I give your performance a 4. Sorry.
The Eternal Bard. 25 hits.
22 damage.
That's exactly how many hit points I had left. Bye. Oh,
And the other one falls to dust.
flies to dust.
Now,
Anything-
see,
Oh,
if I hadn't distracted
Cassius.
it by pretending to faint, he wouldn't have hit it.
It's the wrong one. Anything else, Cassius?
No, that's it.
Alright. Mr. Hoop.
Alrighty. Yes, we'll give it a woo after emptying his bowels, and he's not gonna do it again. That's just kind of gross. I guess he'll come to the friend of Kudid. He's gonna land on its head, start looking at its ethereal eyeballs or whatever. Does this thing have eyeballs, or is it just like creepy eye sockets?
They're just it's kind of shrouded underneath its cloak and hood. So you're not really
Does-
sure if there is eyeballs in there. But it seems like a big shadowy mess of stuff.
Okay. Well, he's gonna try to peck out where an eyeball should be, and then he'll hop off just onto the fence and give the help action.
Perfect. And Jin.
And while that specter is engaged with Mr. Hoots, he's gonna sneak up behind him and then try to smack him as he kind of brings a great overhead strike at the back of this creature's neck.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yes!
25 hits.
And that'll be 17 radiant, 5 thunder, and then 11 sneak attack damage.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Yeah, mission accomplished. You overhanded the F out of this thing.
All right, and I think that's the end of Jin's turn.
Alright.
Couldn't have done that without my help action.
Deacon.
Of course, Chalk.
He's actually just gonna walk over here. He's gonna put a hand on Swamp Thing's shoulder and cast guidance. So go ahead, use your reaction to finish him off.
Reaction right now to go ahead and finish it off.
Yeah. You can make a weapon attack.
Oh, okay.
Once again, you have advantage, Greg.
And yeah, I'll use the reaction, I guess. Is it okay? Yeah. Rabbit. Oh, advantage, eh? 29, nat 20.
Go ahead and tell us how you took out the last specter in this courtyard.
Just looking over at Deacon, kind of being like, like I can attack now, like this. And, it takes its head off and it rolls into the fire right in front of him, I guess. And he's looking down like maybe I shouldn't be standing here.
Right. And with that, we are out of initiative.
Chalk stands up.
There
Oh,
seems
my
to be
back.
a lot of hot dead and ghosts and everything.
I was certain somebody would have caught me.
Yes. What happened to that lady? She was almost being burned at the stake, and then she disappeared.
may have been a vision of the past. All the men in armor turned into these things.
Oh, I actually do want to ask. Would Jin recognize the lady as like perhaps Lady Ashran or other nobility?
Yes. Yep. So she was an elven woman who was burned at the pyre, who put a curse on everyone's house. So yeah, it's a pretty safe assumption that that was probably Lady Ashran.
All right. Yeah, Jin will share his theory with the rest of the group.
Anyone can make me a Arcana check if they would like.
Shock? You're the studious. Oh, I guess not.
So,
I
17.
rolled a 1.
So we're back.
I rolled a 14 plus 3. 17.
So, so Kai rolled 17. So Kai, when you walk in, you look around at everyone, and you know that you've heard stories of you've heard ghost stories of events repeating, residual haunting sort of things. And you're pretty sure that this is what it is. And in the stories that you've heard, things tend to happen. One good or bad things can happen if you do or do not interfere in the scene.
So yeah, I would relay this, be like, oh yes, of course. Yeah, you're the wizard. Don't you know anything about this?
Chuck.
Kai is also a shade caster.
I'm ashamed to say he just can't talk. He's speechless. He's embarrassed.
He bumped his head on the way down and is now a mute,
Yeah.
which really sucks when you have verbal component spells.
Yeah.
So are you mute or
He's
are
no
you not
longer
mute?
pale. He's red.
Okay. So are you mute or are you not mute?
No, I'm not mute. I'm just embarrassed.
Okay. Making sure. Alright, so you guys are standing in this courtyard. There are high walls all around you. Over here and over here, the walls seem to be crumbling down and can allow you access into the hallways. There is the front door here, and the wall is cracked and crumbled over here that would allow you guys passage into that side of the house. And I can go ahead and tell you that unless you get incredibly lucky, we are not going to finish this tonight. Maybe we could do it in an hour. I don't know what everyone's time limit looks like, or we can try to finish this off on next month's first Thursday.
I'm easy.
Yeah, that's on me.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So that's actually, we will go ahead and end it there tonight with our group of adventurers getting into the haunted chateau, where they have witnessed the beginnings of the ends for this family and the beginning of this curse. Thank you everyone who hung out with us during this super fun adventure. See, let's go through the normal list of things. Or do you boys want to do it?
I can do it.
Okay.
Okay. Some upcoming things happening. We have on the 9th, which is next Monday, we have the Queen of Shadows Part 2 coming up. And on the 10th, on Tuesday, we have Dragons of a Winter Storm returns. And then on the 12th, the following Thursday, we have Out of the Abyss. And then on the 14th, yes, we have Yora and the Bard Parade, DM'd by Sir
Rio Lancelot.
Rio Lancelot. Got tongue twisted. And then on the 16th, we will return for the Nesca PvP finale. And that'll do for now, I reckon. And I would like to say that if you enjoyed watching this game and enjoyed having Jen as a DM, please support her by clicking her token in About Us and giving her a little tip, you know. And that's
I
about
also
it.
accept life tips because I'm terrible at life.
So, and that's about it.
That's it. Very cool. That covered both of the channels. Do any of our fun friends, our friend guests here, anything that you guys want to plug real quick? No?
No owl show, Johnny?
No owls.
Mr. Hoots, Marvelous Adventures.
No, you know what? Maybe it's in the works. Maybe we'll start an owl folk only campaign. No,
Okay.
no guarantees.
You want to know
Okay,
something
but
funny?
yes.
My grandmother was a children's author, and she wrote a book called Herbie Gives a Hoot about an owl.
That's a very creative title. Yeah.
Give a hoot. Don't pollute.
I guess I can also just quickly plug tabletopbuilds.com. You just little strategy guides and builds and whatever you like about D&D mechanics, and also just playing D&D in general. Like we covered stuff like paranoia and dungeon crawls, and I think we're also starting a podcast with that, although we still have like 40 hours of editing to do, so I can't really guarantee that, but that's my little plug.
And Johnny
Nice.
always comes up with super amazing builds that he gets to test out on me, and it's great, and it sucks, but it's great. It's so fun. Yeah, so thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you for our new players for joining us, and we will see everyone hopefully on the Discord.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Bye guys.
Have a great week.
Bye, everyone.